Isn't the purpose of a trial to get to the truth? Don't we want the jury to see the truth and actually understand what happened and see the evidence when they go to the scene of a mass murder?
Well, but Vin, he pled guilty already. Okay, so what more do you need to understand? The good thing about this ridiculous exercise and cost for the people of Florida is that
no, the cost was created. Let's not. The cost of all this is caused by one person. The shooter. The shooter caused this.
Then the good thing is this: if he is executed, there'll be no more murders in America, and that's the good thing about all of this. We will end murder forever. I mean, you know, there was a time in our country that there were 200 offenses that warranted the death penalty. 200. We've whittled them down substantially. You know that in England, a 7-year-old child could be executed for a crime? I mean, this is ridiculous. This guy was a kid.
He's not 7.
Okay? But Leopold and Loeb were 18 and 19. Okay? And I would tell everyone in this audience to go take a look at Clarence Darrow's closing argument in that trial. That was a 12-hour closing argument. Slightly longer than anything that Darnell does in his moot court competition that he's so proud of. But other than that, 12 hours that he stood up there and talked about the situation with regards to what is this punishment going to do? If it ends murder, if it brings these kids back, I'm 100% for it. If it's not going to do that, let him rot in jail.
But guess what, Al? You don't live in Florida. You don't get a vote. It's the law. It's the law. It's the law in the state of Florida. Darnell Crossland, the defense wants to sanitize the crime scene? Like, what is that? We want to scrub away all the evidence?
No, the evidence is these people were killed. We know they were killed.
Murdered, not killed, murdered. We know they were murdered.
Well, yeah,
let's
that's
use
the
M word tonight.
So they were murdered brutally, and I don't think we need to waste time, such as the examinations I saw where the prosecutor was asking this young man who, as you said, spoke very calmly, very collected. He did a good job up there, and in spite of the fact that he got shot in the back. Well, the prosecution wanted to know, where did you hear the gunshots coming from, as though it's still in dispute who shot these kids. So that's the type of stuff that I say, come on. You know, like you said, we've seen murder trials that take way less time than this, the trial itself. So why are we going through that?
Because if you're going to ask a jury to make a decision like this, shouldn't they know everything? Shouldn't they know? They shouldn't know everything?
No, they don't need to know. They don't need to know where the shots were coming from. The man said, I shot them. It's not in dispute. What
you want them to make a decision about recommending life or death and not know all the facts firsthand?
No. You're putting words in my mouth. I'm saying that they don't need to know little details like where the shots were coming from. They need to know who shot these kids, what circumstances that they were shot under, which they're doing. But they can cut this thing down tremendously, as Al said, and save a whole lot of money. And I think that's all I'm saying.
Everyone, defense attorneys always want to save money. I don't understand. They're always pinching pennies, like we're going to save money. Like the prosecutors are the prosecutors. They're actually on salary, so it's not costing any extra money. Carrie, let me ask you your thoughts about the sanitization of the scene of the mass murder. That's what the defense wanted.
I'm going to put my former prosecutor hat back on since we've had the defense attorney angle. And I think it goes back. We're in the aggravating factors part of this trial. And the judge is going to give great leeway in the cold, calculated, premeditated, cruel, heinous. They want to see how far he had to walk, how long he had to stay in rooms. And I think that for aggravating factors, the blood, all the aspects of what happened on that day, if it is still there, then the jury can see that when you are on the aggravating factor portion of this, they're going to get their chance to go mitigating circumstances, and they're going to get to say these mitigating circumstances far outweigh all the blood and the guts. We aren't there yet, so the prosecutor's going to get wide latitude in showing these jurors the cold, calculated, and premeditated portion of these murders.
Al, you see, It's great, Carrie, that you could put the prosecutor hat on, because Al's prosecutor hat, he lost. I mean, look at that mess behind him. He'll never find it. He'll never find it. I mean, where would you even keep a prosecutor's hat there?